مالتيزية كمان لغة إنجليزية.
أنا إنجليزية.
ما شاء الله.
ما شاء الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I'm very happy to be today with you, and I have the honor to have Professor Jihan to be advising my paper. My paper, actually, I'd like to give the title Ridda, the Arabic word Ridda, against Western theorization of Quranic studies. Now, as I'm following up, the Quranic studies, especially translation, have been always controlled by Western studies. And during the research of my PhD, I found on the other hand also there was a very big trial by China to control the translation of the Quran also. When I propose my topic to many people, especially academic persons, they have a question. What do I mean by the word theorization? In Arabic it is tanzir. So in the writing in the body of my study, I prefer to use the word tanzir to have it in Arabic pronounced in English, tanzir. Also, I found the word ridda in Western, so I was the title is ridda. A stand against or a stop and stand against this Western control of Quranic studies. So the title is Ridda against Western theorization of the Quranic studies. So why we, the Arab and the Muslims, follow the Western people, the Western thinking, or any other theorization other than the Islamic. So during my course of study, I was focusing on the importance of having our own Islamic theorization, because what we have found that most of the translations of the Quran al-Karim were done by concepts of Western theorization. This is the problem. The problem is not translating one word and it is mistaken or so. No, the problem is what is the concept behind choosing a specific word in the translation of the Quran, the tarjama of the Quran Karim. When we refer here why Tanzir al-Islami, I also proposed the difference between a Tanzir al-Islami versus worldview theory. The worldview theory is controlling the Western thinking. Why shall I apply it to the translation of the Quran Karim? This is the core also of my study. So I also proposed this or researched between the difference of two. The time, of course, is not permitting me to show the difference. So, what is the fundamental? So I tried to start from the beginning of the Prophet time, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he put some rules on the translation of the Quran. Who started the translation of the Quran? Of course, in Islam. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu. I don't like to use prophet or so. So Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam puts the rules for translating Al-Fatiha, for example, to Farisi, Salman Farsi when he went to Iran, to Faris. So we have to start following these sources of those tarjama and rules. Also, the Sahaba followed تجديد الوحي. There were rules for النبي put out by Allah سبحانه وتعالى in the Quran. إن أنزلنا عليك فيما معناه يعني there are many آيات in the Quran الكريم put rules for the نبي during the receiving of الوحي. Also النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم put rules for writing الوحي for the Sahaba. There were مثلا the importance of many shahid witnesses to be attending this writing of the Quran, and how many of them memorize the ayat, so they are not forgotten and so. So we have to return back for these rules to be the all-forward rules for any tarjama of the Quran Kareem. Also for just I would like to give an example. In the Quran, we have Al-Qasas Al-Qur'ani. Al-Qasas Al-Qur'ani is not like storytelling in adab, يعني ليس كالقصة رسالة الرواية أو القصة. No, Al-Qasas Al-Qur'ani has different criteria and from this sort of literary storytelling, or also I also differentiate between them. And so also Al-Quran al-Karim and poetry are two corpora of widely different worldwide. I will tell you only to focus on Islam and relation to ulum in general, and Quranic ulum al-Quran is one of the important criteria also to be followed by Turjuman al-Quran. He must be a Turjuman al-Faqih. He must have this fiqh, learn this fiqh in order to give the true meaning of the Quran al-Karim. So I finished 1 minute, sorry. I also differentiate between, for example, the difference between word tarikh, al-Islami, tarikh, and the word history in the other Western side. So there is totally different. For example, in tarikh al-Islami, they depend on the ilm al-tabaqat. Ilm al-tabaqat is not merely telling the story or history of the winner who wins. No. For the ulama comes first before the rules. Like al-hadith, ulama al-hadith wa tabaqat. This is very important. I conclude, as-sunnah nabawiyya is one of our important references that we have to follow them, and so on. So I can stop now for the others to come, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So much for this heavy and enriched paper.